Hello, Python lovers. Welcome to Complete Python course by Jack Software Academy, where you will learn everything from basic to real world project. First of all, let me be very straightforward. After watching 5 videos, if you find any website, any paid course, or any YouTube playlist that teaches better than this, I recommend you to go with that one. Okay, sir? Okay. Now, who can join this course? Okay. If you are a IT student or not, if you have programming background or absolutely none, or even you already know Python, but you want to polish your skill, then you are highly welcome to this complete course. Okay, sir? Okay. First of all, before starting this course, let me cover a very frequently asked question from the beginners actually. The question is something like, sir, Python is the oldest programming language, right? Because it came around 1990. But why is it so popular now? Why everyone is learning Python nowadays? Okay, you are thinking like this way. For example, this is your Python now. Okay, Python came in, for example, actually 1989, right? Okay, consider your Java came in 1995, right? Your R came in like in 2000, right? Okay, but why everyone is learning Python nowadays? Okay, do you think the Python we are using nowadays is the oldest one? Okay, I will answer this question, but before that, let me cover a simple concept, a simple theory. This is backward compatibility. Let me write here also. This is backward compatibility. So, do you know what is backward compatibility? Compatibility. Do you have any idea about backward compatibility? Okay, let me explain in a simple way, just with an example. Consider you asked me to create a software like a calculator, okay, that can perform addition operation. Okay, consider this is your software, right, that can perform addition operation. Okay, I created the software for you. Consider this is the version 1, right? This is the version 1. Okay, after few days, after few months, you asked me to update this software, okay, that can perform subtraction operation also. So I updated your software, like this is your updated software. Consider this is the version 2 of your software, like version 2 that can perform addition operation, okay na, and that can perform subtraction operation also. Okay, so certainly this is the updated software, right? Okay, this software can perform addition operation and subtraction operation. Means your version 2 software supports supports the feature of version 1 software also, right? Okay, you can perform in version 1, you can perform addition operation. In version 2, you can also perform addition operation. Also, you can perform subtraction operation. That means what? Your version 2 software is compatible to version 1. Yeah, there is a backward compatibility, right? Your version 2 software supports the feature of supports the previous feature, right? Previous version feature. So we are considering this is actually the backward compatibility, or your version 2 is backward compatible to version 1, right? Okay, everything is fine. Is it a new software? No, this is not a new software. Is it updated software? Yeah, it's an updated software of previous version. Okay, there is no confusion up to now. Even I am not explaining anything complex. Okay, consider after few days you asked me to update your software. Okay, so I updated your software again. Consider this is the version 3, right? Okay, this is the version theory of your software. Now, this software can perform only consider only like multiplication. Okay, your version 3 software can perform only multiplication operation. So right now you are asking, hey, this is not the updated software. Why? Because this version 3 is not backward compatible to version 2. Yes, exactly. Your version 3 software doesn't support the previous feature, the previous version feature. Is there any backward compatibility? No, there is no backward compatibility. Is it an updated software? If I asked you, what is your answer? No, it is not an updated software. It is completely a new software, right? It is completely a new product, right? This is not an updated software, right? Because this software, this version 3 doesn't support the previous version feature. There is no backward compatibility. Version 3 is not backward compatible to version 2. I hope you got this point, sir. This is completely a new product. Sir, the same thing happened to the Python. Okay, so let me explain. Okay, consider this is your Python now. This is your Python, like Python 1x. Okay, consider 1x that came in like 1991. Certainly, I will discuss the history also, but leave this one. Right now, just leave this one. Focus here. Or like 1989 or 1991. Na? It was first public version. Leave this one. So, sir, after few years or in 2000, na, in 2000, consider in 2000, okay, Python 2.x came into the market. In 2008, okay, in 2008, Python 3.x came into the market. But, sir, your Python 3, here what does mean by x? Certainly, I will discuss. Just leave this one. It's better. Let me cancel this one also, right? Python 1, Python 2, and Python 3. Just focus here. So, sir, your Python 3 is not backward compatible to Python 2, right? For example, consider in Python 2, we are printing something like this way, like print, like double quotation, for example, like Jack's Software Academy. Okay, but in Python 3, we are printing something to the console, like print. Please, if you don't get anything here in to understand this line, just leave this one. Certainly, I will discuss, boss. We are printing like this way, like Jack's Software Academy. Okay, sir. So your Python 3 is completely a new programming language, right? Okay, I hope you got this point. Okay, let me give you a lemon example also. Consider in 1991, your grandfather created a house, right? Created a building or created a house. After a few years or after many years, in 2008, your father wants to add more story, add more floors, right? Okay, but means that your father wants to add more part to the building. So right now, your father is thinking or considering the previous building, the previous house is weak, right? It's totally weak. It's better for me if I completely destroy this house. If I completely destroy this house and let me make a stronger, a new version of the building, right? So your father completely destroyed the previous house, and from the new and from the beginning your father created a building, right? A stronger building in 2008. Okay, na, sir? So I'm asking you this question now. Right now your father completely created a new building, right? A stronger, a modern building. Now, will you tell this building is the oldest building, though the name is same, but before the just for the name only, will you say the building is the oldest one? Certainly you will not say, right? This is completely a new modern building. The same thing, sir. Your Python 3 is the completely new programming language, And nowadays we are not using Python. We are not means we are not using Python 1 or Python 2. What we are using? We are using Python 3 actually. And this Python 3, your Python 3 is a completely new programming language, not the oldest programming language, because there is no backward compatibility between Python 3 and Python 2. Okay, if you visit any online Python compiler, you will see most of them they are using the name like Python 3, right? They are using the name like Python 3 instead of Python. It will better. Let me show to the system also. Okay, friends, to show this one, let me search something like online Python compiler or Python online compiler, or let me search something like online like GDB. So simply let me click this link here. Okay, let me click here. So you will find at the right side and at the top, are you observing there is an option like language select. You can select the language from here. So simply let me click here to the select button. So are you observing you can select here. You can select like C, C++. Okay, now you can select like Java. So are you observing they are showing the programming language name Python 3, not Python, right? So we are learning completely a new programming language, Python 3. No, we are not learning Python, we are learning Python 3, and it's a completely a new programming language, right? Okay, so let me click here Python 3. Okay, so simply how you can run any program. So simply you can run like print, okay, now like Jack Software Academy. Okay, to run this program. Okay, don't worry. Why print? What is the purpose? Certainly, I will discuss each and everything. This is our totally a theory class. From the next class onwards, certainly I will discuss each and everything very practically. Don't worry if you don't understand anything, any single line of program. If you don't understand, there is no problem. Everything is fine. Okay. So if you want, you can run. Simply click your run button. Okay, now click your run button. Let me show this one. So are you observing? Okay, we are getting the output like Jack Software Academy. Okay, let me show you one more thing. For example, if I open the folder, any folder, simply to open the CMD, simply you can click here, right? You can click here like open CMD. Okay, so in Windows we can open CMD like this way. So if in your system Python software is already available, right? Okay, then it will work. But don't worry if Python is not available in your system. Today only I am discussing how to download, how to install, how to set up each and everything. Okay, but in your system, if Python software is not available, certainly you will get an error. But don't worry. But let me show you. Right now in my system, Python is available. Okay, so if I type something like Python, if I type or if I write something like Python, right? Okay, let me click enter. So one Python interactive shell will be open. Okay, let me click enter. Why it takes time? Okay, so let me write once more time Python. So are you observing? Are you observing one Python? You can consider it one like Python interpreter or Python interactive shell. No problem. Certainly, I will discuss each and everything. Don't worry. So simply in Windows, we are typing what Python, but it indicates actually Python 3, not Python 2 or not Python 1. If you want, you can run something like print. Okay, na like Jack Software Academy. Okay, but don't worry, certainly I'll discuss each and everything. So you are getting the output. So here, why I am sharing this information right now at this moment. Actually, if you use like Linux operating system, okay, let me exit from here. Okay, if you use Linux operating system or Linux operating system, whatever the name, so compulsory to open the Python interactive shell or Python REPL or Python interpreter from the command prompt or from the terminal. To open, compulsory you should type like Python 3. If you type Python, certainly in Linux or Linux you will get an error, but here in Windows we are not getting any error. It points actually Python 3, not Python 2 or Python 1. I hope you got this point. We are using Python 3. It's a completely a new programming language, came in 2008 in the market. Okay, sir. So friends, don't worry or don't think like this way. we are learning an old programming language. We are not learning an old programming language. We are learning Python 3, and Python 3 is completely a new programming language actually. Your Python 1, Python 2 is already outdated, no longer supported in the current market to make project, to create the software. We are only using the Python 3, and that is the new programming language, right? Okay, I hope you got this point. Now, let me cover some question like what is Python, why Python, what is the feature of Python, okay now, about creator, what is the limitation of Python, right? Okay, why are we are using Python, what kind of application we can create using Python. Okay, let me cover this type of question actually. Okay, so I think let me clean the board actually. So I think okay, no need to explain here anything. Maybe it will be here 1L, right? Okay, leave about this one. So let me clean first of all. Okay, so now what is actually Python, right? If anyone asked you what is Python, right? What is Python? So simply you can answer Python is a general purpose high level programming language. No problem. I am giving you multiple definition. Simply let me write. It will be better for you, right? Your Python is a general purpose high level programming language, right? Okay, na? High level programming language. Programming language. So, sir, yeah, what does mean by actually general purpose? Here, what does mean by general purpose? General purpose means we can create almost everything using Python programming language, right? We can create like web application, or we can create like desktop application, like desktop application, like application using Python. Sir, your desktop application means, for example, consider your Notepad, right? Your Notepad plus plus, your VS Code. This kind of application we can create using Python, right? We can create game using Python also. We can create web application, right? Web application. Sir, what does mean by web application? Something like, for example, like facebook.com, right? Facebook.com. This kind of application we can create, like gmail.com, right? Using Python, we can create this one, gmail.com. Also, we can use Python, cyber security, artificial intelligence. Certainly, I'll discuss it later. No problem. So, what does mean by your general purpose? Means we can create almost everything using purpose using Python. So we are considering Python is a general purpose programming language. And here I want to share one information with you. If you learn Python only for developing enterprise application, enterprise application means more complex application than web application. Okay, if it's your goal, then as I'm teaching here Python only now, I suggest you to go with Java. There is a framework called Spring Boot. You can create more complex application than Facebook also. Whatever, leave this one. So sir, why Python is a general purpose programming language? Because we can create each and everything using this programming language. And I hope you already know what does mean by program, right? What is program? No need to explain about program, like what is program. But no problem, just let me discuss one line about program. What is actually program? Very simple answer. Now, if you don't know, then very simple answer. Simply, you can consider program nothing but some special English line or codes, some special English lines your computer can understand, your machine can understand these special codes, these special lines. For example, consider this is you are writing some special English line here, right? And the name, for example, test.py. No problem, don't worry. I'll show each and everything practically, don't worry. Consider you are writing print. Don't ask at this moment why I am writing here print. Consider some English statement, English like line. For example, Jack Software Academy. Okay, consider like one value, consider like B1 equals 10, consider B2 equals to like 20, consider sum. Okay, now sum equals to like B1 plus B2. Okay, I hope you are getting what I am doing here now. The value of B1 is 10, value of B2 is 20. Just simply I am adding this value and storing inside another variable. I'll explain. Don't ask any question. If you don't get anything, no problem. Then you are printing like this way, like print sum. So sir, can you imagine this is simple English statement, right? This is simple English like instruction, right? English like instruction. We are considering this lines of code, this special English line is a program, right? I hope you get minimum basic idea. If you don't know what is actually program, right? And we are writing this program using Python. So Python is a programming language. Leave this one. So what is program? I hope you got this point about program also. Then another question, you got the point. What does mean by general purpose, right? Now another question, what does mean by, and you also get what is programming language or what is program actually, what is actually high level language. Okay, yeah, simply your high level language means it's very close to human language, right? Let me write this line also. Okay, now very close to human language, right? So it's, I observing it's easy to read. Okay, now easy to write also, it's programmer friendly, right? So here what does mean by high level language? Simply one line you can answer, means here it's a programmer friendly, right? Programmer friendly. Okay, yeah, what does mean by high level programming language? Okay, okay, let me give you a practical example. Consider, okay, let me give you one difference, right? Then you will understand why people considering Python as easy syntax. Then you will understand. So consider your like C programming language. I repeat once more time, if you don't know anything about C, don't worry, I'm not here teaching your C. If you don't know any single line about Java, don't worry, but for explaining, for making a comparison, simply I'm writing a program, but don't worry if you don't know any single line. Okay na? And what about I am writing the code, don't worry about this one also. Our next class totally practical, I'll explain from the very beginning only. So sir, consider I want to show hello world or Jack Software Academy to the console. How I am writing in Java. Consider how we are writing to print only a single line. We are writing something like, consider class test. Don't worry, simply don't worry. Like you are writing, we are writing like this way: public static. Okay now, void. Okay, main. Okay sir, string, like consider triple dot r, and consider we are writing like this way: system dot out dot println, right? Println, like Jack Software Academy, right? Then it will print to the monitor, it will print to the console simply this line. So we are writing this line, this much code. Okay, this much code to display only hello world or only to print a single line. What about C programming language? We are writing in C like hash include, okay now, stdio.h. Then consider like integer main, okay na sir? And I am writing, we are writing like this way: print f, like Jack Software Academy or hello world. Okay, we are writing like this way, and consider return. Okay, return, consider 1 or consider 0. Okay, this is your C code, this is your C code. Why this is your C code? To display only hello world or any single line. But what about Python? Simply in Python we are writing a single line, like consider print. Simply we are writing print like JX Software Academy. In Python, simply we are writing this line. This is your file, consider, okay, like test.py, and consider this is the program test.java, and consider this is the file like test.c. So are you observing? Now I'm asking you this question. Which programming language has the easy syntax? Tell me, Java or C or Python? I'll discuss each and everything. Please, okay, don't get any fear. Just watching this line on. Simply ignore. So in Python, to display a single line, to display something to the console, we are using a single statement called print. Okay, na? Called print. So I hope you got this point. It's very clear. No need to say any single line. Why? People are considering Python has the easy syntax. So now, have you got this point? Python is a programmer friendly language. Why Python is considered as the easiest programming language? It is perfect for the beginners actually, right? So I hope you got the point. What does mean by, yes, what does mean by Python? What is Python? Python is a general purpose. What does my general purpose and high level programming language? Okay. Now let me clean this board. It will be better for you. Okay, friends. Now let me discuss something about Python creators, right? Okay, Python creators. Python, okay, na? Python creators. So can you tell me who is the creator of Python programming language? Yeah, obviously you know now. If you don't know, even no problem, no need to even memorize. Who is the creator? Simply Guido Ben Rossum, right? Okay, the man is the creator of the Python. Okay, Python programming language, right? And he created the Python programming language in actually 1989, right? While he was working, while the Guido Ben Rossum was working in National Research Institute in Netherlands, right? While he was working National Research Institute, at this time he was creating this programming language in 1989. But officially, Python came into the market for public actually in 20th February, okay, na? 1991, right? You can consider this date is the, you can consider this is a date of birth, right? Date of birth of Python programming language, right? Okay, na? I hope you get this point. What is the date of birth of Python programming language? 20th February 1991. No need to memorize this thing. If you can keep in mind, that is fine. Okay. So now let me discuss something about name, right? Some interesting things. Okay, name of Python programming language. Okay, so most of most of the person or the beginner is thinking like this here. We are using Python in artificial intelligence, right? In data science, we are using Python programming language to create web application, to create desktop application, to make game, right? Okay, we are using in cyber security means to performing big tasks we are using the Python programming language. Yeah, it's true, but they are comparing with like a big snake, right? Like Python, right? Maybe already you know the snake. So they are thinking like this way, using Python, or Python is use big data also now. So we are performing big operation. Means what? It is something like a big, your Python is some powerful, something like your big snake and Python, right? So most of the beginners are thinking actually for this purpose the name Python, right? Or the Guido Ben Rossum took this name Python for this purpose. Actually, this is not the true story. Okay, let me share the actual story. Do you know your uh, creator, your Python programming language creator, Guido Ben Rossum, was the fan of one comedy series, now one BBC comedy series. The name is okay now. Let me write the name: Monty Python's Flying Circus. Python's Flying Circus. Flying, okay, Flying Circus. So this is the comedy TV show now. It was published at this time on BBC actually. Leave this one. So your Guido Ben Rossum was the fan of this comedy series now. So he took this name from here actually, right? Not of the snakes. He took this name from the TV, from this comedy series actually, right? I hope you got this point. Why the name of Python programming language is Python? Because simple reason. Now your creator was the fan of this comedy show. For this purpose, he took this name Python. Nothing more than this. Okay, but he did a special thing. At this time, he analyzed several existing programming languages, right? Several existing programming languages. Here, Python was designed by analyzing several existing programming languages and combining their best feature, right? Your Guido Ben Rossum analyzed multiple existing programming languages at this time, and he took the best feature from the different programming languages. Let me share. This is the little bit important for understanding purpose also. Okay, now let me clean this one. I hope you got this point. Why the name is Python? This name didn't came from where? Didn't came from the snake name, right? Okay, so leave this one. Actually, this was little bit funny. Okay, now let me explain. Actually, your Python is a programming language, right? Hopefully you know. But Guido Pendrasamna at this moment he analyzed C programming language, right? You know, your C is a structured programming language, right? Structured programming language. So the Guido Pendrasam took this feature from the C programming language, right? Okay, your C is a structured programming language, now. Okay, or simply we define function in C and we are using now. Maybe you know, if you know the C programming language, then already you know this concept. If you don't know, then no problem, just ignore this concept. So he took the structured features now, okay, or functional features now, functional programming. Let me write this point. Your Python is a functional programming or structured programming language also. So he took structured or functional features from the C. Okay, so how actually this concept means your Python is a functional. Let me write this point. Functional programming language, right? Functional or structured programming language. Okay, na? PL means programming language. Means in C, what we are doing, right? In C, is there, if you know C, then maybe you know. If you don't know, just leave this concept. Is there any class concept in C? Is there any object concept? No, sir, there is no class concept, there is no object concept. Your C is a functional programming language or structured programming language. Means what? So your Guido Ben Rossum took this best feature from the C actually. Means what? We can define the function. We can define the function and we can reuse this function any number of time. We will write the code once and we can use multiple time. Let me give you one example. For example, in Python, we define like this way, like definition, any name. For example, like summation, like any variable name a comma b. Don't ask anything here. Why I am writing why def? What is the meaning of this one? I will explain each and everything, sir. Just to explain one single word, what does mean by functional? I'm explaining this, nothing more than this. For example, here, consider sum equals a plus b. I'll explain each and everything, no problem. Leave this one. Return, RUTURN, okay, return what sum. And simply we defined a function here. This is your function, right? This is your function. Okay, this is actually function we are defining in in Python like this way, and we can use any number of time. For example, we can like this, we can write like this way. For example, like result equals, for example, sum, like we can pass 5 comma 6. Okay, and for example, we can print the result, print like what result. Okay, so we are defining the function and simply here we are using this function, right? Simply we are using this function. So you can say your Python is a functional or structured programming language also. Simply you can define, you can give any name like test.5. I hope you got this concept. Okay, sir. And you know your Python is also object-oriented programming language. Now your Guido Ben Rossum took the object-oriented feature from not Java, from object-oriented feature or OOPS. Okay, na? Object-oriented programming. Okay, na? OOPS feature. Okay, feature from where? From feature from C++. your C is not object-oriented programming language from C++, not Java, because at this time, at this moment, in 1989 or 1991, there is no Java concept, right? So he took this feature from C++. Means what? There is a class concept. We can create object from this class, from this template. No problem. I'll show you practically. Leave this one. So I hope you got this point. Your C, your Guido Rossum took the functional programming features from the C, object-oriented programming feature from where? From C++. And he took the scripting programming feature, right? Scripting, okay, let me write, it will be better for you. Scripting programming, right, features. Okay, na sir? From where? From Perl and shell script. Do you know shell script? Okay. If you don't know, just leave this one, right? Okay, let me use another. Okay, from Perl and shell script, right? He took this programming feature. So here, what does mean by actually scripting? Nothing more than this. Scripting programming language means, or scripting programming features, or scripting feature means without defining any class, without defining any function, we can write the statement in C without defining any function. Can we write any single line if you know the C? No, sir, we cannot write any single line. Even minimum, we need to write the main what? Main function. In Java, without defining any class, can you write a single line? Class or class-like component. Can you write any single line? Can you print anything? No, we cannot. We are not able to display anything without class or class-like component. In C, we cannot do anything without function. In Java, sorry, I didn't. Okay, in Java, we cannot write any single line without class. But your Guido Rossum took the best features, scripting features from your Perl and shell script. So your Python is a scripting programming language. Also means what? Without defining any class, okay, na sir? Any function, we can write our statement simply like print. Okay, print like Jack Software Academy, and another statement like print. Okay, share this video, please. Share this one. Okay, so simply if you save and if you run, for example, test.py, you will get the result, right? Here we are not defining any function, we are not defining any class, directly we are writing this statement. So your Python is a scripting programming language. I hope you got this point. What does mean by functional programming language? Yeah, I will discuss very deeply, don't worry. Python is object oriented programming language, right? It took the best features, it took the object oriented feature from C++, and he took the scripting programming features from Perl and shell script. Now let me cover one important things also. Which one? Maybe you, okay, first of all, let me write. Okay, now, so your Python is a modular programming language, right? Okay, modular, okay, programming language, programming, okay, now language means what, sir? Okay, so your Guido Rossum, your Python creator, took the best feature, took this modular programming feature. Your creator took this modular programming features from modular theory, right? Let me write. Okay, sir, from modular theory, right? Don't worry about this one. So maybe you listen multiple times. What is modular programming language? You are memorizing. You don't know, but no problem. Let me explain this concept, or what does mean by actually module. Okay. So, sir, what is actually module? First of all, let me explain what is actually module. Do you know anything about module? Okay. I asked someone what is module actually. They're thinking it's Python library. Someone is replying it's a package like in Java. Actually, sir, what is module? Very simple concept now. Like maybe you listened or you heard this term like what? Random. Okay, now random. You used multiple time math. Okay, this is our module, but what does mean by modules are actually? Let me explain very briefly. Sir, module is a very simple thing now. At this time, I created a module. This is what? This is a Python file. Your Python file is nothing but a module, right? Okay, let me write. Simply your Python file equals a module. Okay, we are calling this Python program or Python file. It's a module, and we can reuse this module, right? We can reuse means if we create, we can reuse multiple times in different program. We can use this module. It will better. Let me clean this one. And okay, what does mean by modular programming language? What is module? Let me explain in details. It will be helpful for you because in this first class only I am covering all the language fundamentals, right? All the basic, all the theory. From the next class onwards, I'll discuss everything practical, right? So don't worry. If you have eyes passion, if you don't have any passion, if you have this kind of mentality that you want to learn each and everything within a moment, within 5 minutes, then sorry boss, I cannot do anything because I can't explain like this way. There are multiple videos available in the YouTube. You can search learning whole Python in one video. Okay, this is a little bit funny. Ignore. So, sir, what is actually module? I hope you got this point. Your module is nothing but what? Okay, module is nothing but a Python file, na? Your Python program. Okay, Python file or Python program. Okay, na? That contains what? That contains code, right? Contains code, actually. Code means what? Like variable, okay na? Variable, function, class, okay na? I hope you got this point. Okay, so consider you want to create a calculator, right? You want to create a calculator. This is your, like, you are defining a Python file or Python program. You can write all the codes in this program. Sir, you can write all the codes in this program, right? You can write all this code, or you can break your program. If you write all the codes, all the 1,000 lines of code in a same program, it's difficult to maintain, right? At this moment, if any error happens, okay, now you need to waste more times to find out the mistake. Where is the problem, right? Maintaining is difficult. So what we are doing, simply we are breaking down our program. We are breaking down our program like what? Consider this is your program. This is your own program. What is the program actually? Consider the name is something like, let me write like this way. For example, like addition and what? Consider like subtraction, right? Subtraction.py. The file name, anything you can give. For example, I am defining like this way definition. Please don't ask why I'm writing like this way. Sir, I'm not getting this concept you are writing. Please, if you don't know any single word, what does mean by .py, what, ignore. Simply ignore. From the next class onwards, you will be master actually. Leave this one. So definition, for example, add, I am writing like a comma b. For example, return na a plus b. This is for addition purpose. This is for example, subtraction, like a comma b. Okay, na? You can write 100 lines of code, but let me make it very simple. Return a minus b, nothing more than this. So this file can perform addition and subtraction operation. You are creating another file. Okay, let me do one thing. You are defining another program like what? Consider this is your, like, definition, like this can perform multiplication. Okay, now multiplication, a comma b, and what? Return a star b, na? Okay, and for example, subtraction purpose, su. Okay, for example, division purpose, right? So let me write here division, like division, for example, a comma b, like return a by b. I'll explain that each and everything. Please don't worry. Please don't worry. It is highly request to you. Okay, this is a program. For example, the name is considered like multiplication, subtraction, or division, right? This is the name .py. So sir, here I created two module, right? I created two module. One is add underscore sub.py, one module, two module. So I right now already I have two module. Okay, module means nothing but what? One lines of code that contains variable or contains function or class, nothing more than this. Okay, it can contain even multiple function, no problem. So right now, can I use this two module? Can I use this two module in my project, in my program, in my software? Yes, boss, I can use, right? Very simply, I can use. Consider this is your program, like calculator program, calculator dot py, right? So simply I can use. So sir, what is module actually? Module is a simply Python program that contains code na, and we can reuse, we can import, right? This is the important statement. We can import. How to import? No problem. I will explain using a keyword, using this word. Okay, leave this one. I can import, right? How to import? Just observe here. Please don't worry. Import. For example, you want to import this one, addition subtraction, like addition subtraction, right? No need to use extension, simply, and you can use this one. You can use this one also, sir. You can use this one. For example, what is the name? Addition. Print, like what? Addition. Addition a comma, like 5 comma 6, 5 comma 6. I hope you got this point. At the same time, at the same case, you can use multiplication, this module, and you can use this one. So I hope you got this point. What does mean by module, right? No problem. I'll show this one at this moment only. I'll show this one to the system, but don't worry. I'm not getting anything. Don't worry like this way. Don't ask like this way. I'm not getting anything. How you are writing, sir? Don't worry, please. I will take care each and everything. Simply, what is the prerequisite of this course? Simply, let me cover it. Let me say this one. There is no prerequisite of this course. If you know C, then it's fine. If you know Java, then it's fine. If you don't know anything, it's perfectly fine. The prerequisite of this course is only your passion. Your passion. Only the prerequisite. Remaining all the things, I will take care for you guys. I'll take care for you friends. So don't worry, please. So I hope you got this point. No problem. Later I will show this one to the system. So I hope you got this point. What does mean by module? So we can create the module. Especially there are some predefined module. Predefined module or inbuilt module means what? Already this module is available. Let me write some name, like if you know some predefined module, like you already use multiple name now, math. Okay na? Actually math.py, like random means random.py. Yep, Python file, nothing more than this. Like OS, like sys, na, like date time. These are some what? Some predefined module, right? Or you can say standard library module, right? Let me write here. Let me write here also. Uh, Standard library modules means what, sir? Standard library modules means you no need to create, you no need to define, even you no need to install or download separately. Whenever you are installing your Python software, certainly I'll show you today in this class how to download, install, set up each and everything. whenever we are installing Whenever we are installing this, whenever we are installing our Python software, at this time they will come automatically, right? So we are telling this is a standard library modules, now predefined modules or inbuilt modules. These are very popular modules. No problem, I will discuss each and everything, guys, each and everything. So I hope you got this point. What does mean by module? So right now, let me explain some few concept actually. Okay, it will better. Let me clean this one also. Okay, so okay, right now let me explain something, like what I can explain something. What is package actually, or what is actually library, or what is actually framework. This is very uh, already you know this term. Maybe you memorize, but you cannot feel this concept actually. What is this one? But before that, just let me check what is the time, current time. Just what is the duration of the video length? Okay, I can record 7 minutes. Okay, so leave this one. So actually, okay, let me clean properly. Okay, guys. So leave this one. So right now, what is actually our package, right? What is actually package? PAC. Okay, what is actually package, sir? Do you have any idea? Actually, consider we are writing multiple file now. We are writing multiple files. Where inside a folder now, inside a folder, you are creating a folder and you are writing multiple files. So package simply are a folder. Your folder contains multiple Python files, right? Multiple modules. Modules means Python file only. So what is package actually? Package is a collections of what? Collections of modules, right? Modules. I hope you got these points. Okay, na sir? Means your package is a folder and this folder contains multiple modules. So we are calling this folder as a package. Instead of saying package, instead of saying folder, we are telling package, but there are some difference. Now your package contains this file. Okay, na? Okay. So a special file. Okay, leave this one. Better. So I hope you got this point, right? What does mean by package? Leave this one. Okay. So now let me explain. No need to make too much complex. What is package? Simply your package is nothing but a folder only. Just keep in mind. Right now, let me explain what what is actually library, right? What is library? Library. Can you tell me what is library? Hmm. Do you have any idea? Okay. Sir, what does mean by library? I hope you got this point. Consider there are multiple folder, right? Multiple folders. One folder, another folder, or one package, another package, another package, another package, another package. So there is a multiple package, the group of multiple packages or collections, okay na? Collections of packages, right? Collection of packages. Your collection of packages is nothing but library. I hope you got this point. What does mean by library? Do you have any question or confusion to understand what does mean by library? Okay, library is nothing but package. Consider some popular library. Okay na sir, your like NumPy, right? One library like your Pandas, Matplotlib. This is are some popular library. So now let me explain something like now I discuss actually what module now. First of all, module. I hope you got this point. What does mean by module? Then the package concept. Then the library concept. Now let me explain something like framework. Okay, some concept, basic concept, framework. If you don't know, so can you tell me what is framework? Yeah, you are answering like this. Yeah, framework means collections of libraries, right? Library, libraries means collections of libraries. Let me write here point. Collections of libraries. It's true, but it's not perfect. It's not the actual. Your framework means libraries, collection of libraries, multiple libraries here, plus some rules. Okay, na? Plus some structure. Okay, structure. Your rules you have to follow means what? It is already some predefined code now, some predefined code libraries. Okay, it's fine. Collection of libraries. Rules means whenever you are writing some code, you have to follow these rules, right? They are giving this structure. You need to follow this one. So I hope you got this point. What does mean by framework? Also, can you give me some framework name? Already you know you are using the framework. Can you tell me, like the Django, right? Or the Django, whatever your Flask now. Okay, these are some popular Python framework. I hope you got this point. What does mean by module? What does mean by package? And what does mean by library? What does mean by framework? So what is library and what is framework? Actually, library and framework both are predefined codes, predefined library. But what is the difference? Difference is your code in library. Whenever you are using library, you are the boss. Means you are defining how to call the library, how to code the predefined code. Means let me write this is the simply. If anyone asks you what is the difference between library framework, don't say too much details. Simply one technical point. Your library in library, our code, okay now our code calls the library. Okay, library. Okay, for example, you are using whenever you are working, you are using some tool from the toolbox. And what is framework? Framework means framework framework is calling your code, right? Is calling your code. Means consider there is a there is a what like industry, right? There is some industry or something, production industry, whatever the name. So like some machine actually, or some industry, even I can't recognize at this moment. Consider some industry. In this industry, or consider a simply factory, na? Consider simply factory. In this factory, you are providing what? Some, okay, consider some raw materials, whatever the raw materials, but your factory is taking all the things, right? Simply you are providing the raw materials. In frameworks are, you are simply providing your codes. Remaining everything is take care by framework. I hope you got this point, this Django. And if you want to learn, if you want to, okay, if you want to create an enterprise application, the popular framework is not Spring Boot. Okay, the Java framework only. Leave this one. Whatever you can do using Django, you can do the same thing using Spring Boot. Okay, leave this one. So, sir, I hope you got this point. What does mean by modular programming language, Python programming language, modular programming language, package concept, library concept, framework concept. I think it will be better if I show this popular module now, like math, like random. Okay, I think it will be better. Let me show this one to the system where these modules are available, right? Now, friends, let me show this program to the system also. I repeat once more time, if you don't get any single point, even any single character, don't worry, don't worry. Certainly, I will take care each and everything. Just observe the program, just observe the program. So, this is my local Dixie, and here there is a folder called Jack Software Academy, right? Okay, in this folder, let me write a module, let me write a Python program. So simply how to create, simply right click, okay, now new, then a text document, any name like addition, subtraction, right? And what should be the extension? Can you please tell me .py, right? Okay, then it is asking me, are you sure you want to change it? Yes. So click here yes button. Okay, so now let me open this one. Let me open with open with notepad, no problem, open with notepad. So simply let me run this program here. Okay, so simply this is our Python file or Python program, or you can say module also. Like def, don't ask why def, what is the purpose. I will take care each and everything, boss. Just see the program, just observe the program. Right now, no need to practice, right? Okay. For example, like any name like addition a comma b, like what should be, okay, like return a plus b, right? Okay, like def, like subtraction, like a comma b, like for example, the return value should be return value, for example, a minus b. Okay, control s. This is our one module I have already created, right? Okay, now let me create another module. Let me create another module. Simply right click, or you can do one thing, simply click here and open cmd. Okay, this is the Windows command. If you want, you can keep in mind. Okay, simply you can type notepad and any name. For example, our next module name is like, for example, what should be the name, like multiplication and division, right? .py. So it is asking, do you want to create a new file? Yes. Okay, so simply let me write down here, okay, for example, def, any name like multiplication a comma b, like for example, return a star b, right? For example, another function like what should be the name, like division, right? Like division a comma b. Okay, and for example, return value should be a by b, control s. Okay, let me cancel it. Now already in this folder we have two module, right? So now let me create a program, create a Python program. And what is the, let me show you what is the specialty of the module. What is the specialty, sir? We can reuse, just simply we are defining this module only once, but we can use multiple time in multiple program. Okay, now let me show this one. First of all, let me create a program like any name like test.py. Okay, so simply you can import this module, right? Okay, import, like, okay, what is the name? Add hyphen underscore sub, right? Even no need to use .py. Okay, so we are importing this module, and if you want, you can import this module also, multiplication, division. Okay, so simply we can use this module. Okay, so there are two functions in add underscore sub in this module. So can you please tell me whatever the name, like maybe addition and subtraction? So simply if I call hey module, okay, sir, hey module, please tell me. I want to access, I want to use addition, right? Okay, so simply pass the value like 5,6. Okay, so it will return. Don't worry if you don't get anything. Okay, don't be frustrated, I'll show you. So it will return the value like 11. If you want, you can store in the variable like x. Okay, now, or directly if you want, you can print the value like print. Okay, control S. So let me use all the things also. For example, okay, let me copy this one, copy this line, control V. What is the name? Maybe subtraction, right? Okay, SUB sub. So yeah, the answer will be -1. And another thing is the name is multiplication division now. So let me write also here multiplication division. And what is the name? Maybe the name was MUL. Okay, control C, control B, and another name was maybe what, like division now. Let me change the value here, for example 12, nothing more than this, control S. Okay, now let me run this program, sir. Let me run this program. So okay, let me run this program. So simply how to run, simply we are telling hey Python interpreter. I'll show you, sir. Certainly I will discuss. Even I didn't show you how to install the Python, so don't worry. Okay, so hey, please run this program test.py. Okay, okay, so you will observe, I'll show you what's happened. Actually there are two steps here, two phases. One is compilation, then our code will be executed by the PVM, Python virtual machine, or the interpreter. I'll discuss each and everything, don't worry. Okay, so simply let me run. Maybe you will observe a folder will be created, but don't worry about this one. I'll take care each and everything, all the internals I'll take care. Just stick with me. Okay, so simply let me click enter button. So are you observing we are getting the output 11 minus 1 32.0. I hope, sir, you got this point, you got the output. So what is the purpose or what is the specialty of module, or actually what is module, right? What is actually module? Module is simply nothing but a what? Nothing but a Python file or Python program. We can import this module and we can reuse multiple time anywhere. And another concept I discuss now, what is package? Simply, are you observing this is Jack Software Academy? This is simply a folder name, right? You can consider this folder name is a what? This folder name is a this folder name is actually package, right? But if you ask, sir, what is the exact difference? No problem, I will take care. But to answer your question, simply you can keep in mind like notepad na underscore init.py. Okay, underscore. Okay, so are you observing? Okay, so this file is empty, no problem, control S. So are you observing at this moment? Okay, sorry, I forgot, sorry, this is wrong actually, underscore init, then underscore then .py, right? Okay, yes. Okay, so are you observing? Let me delete this one. Okay, so are you observing at this moment? Okay, at this moment, what in this folder na, in this folder there is a file, there is a Python file called underscore init dot underscore init dot py. If this file is available in this folder, then simply you can call this folder as a package, no problem. But don't worry, just simply I'm explaining theoretically, I'll show you each and everything practically, don't worry. Okay, let me open the CMD. Now let me show you some popular module that we are using very frequently. Okay, so simply let me show you. For example, where is Python? Okay, where Python, like, so it is telling us, okay, in this folder now, see, then software, then Python. Let me copy control C. Okay, simply let me paste here. Let me go to this folder. So okay, leave this one, I'll show you, sir. Actually I install this Python software in this folder. In this software folder there are, okay, and there is a Python folder here, our software, or I install this one. No problem, I'll show you each and everything, all the installation process I'll show you. Okay, leave this one. So are you observing here? There is a folder called now. Okay, but let me do this one. You already know now. Okay, let me open F11. Okay, so better to open. Let me do this one. Better to open. Let me CMD. Okay, for example, let me open like Python interpreter. Okay, import like random, right? Random module I'm importing. So I'm calling, for example, here random dot file. Okay, so sir, this is random is a Python file now, random.py. Where this is available? This is available inside soft Python then lib folder, right? Okay, let me show this one to you. Lib this one. So are you observing any lib folder here? Yes, there is a library folder here now. Okay, where is file? Okay, so are you observing there are multiple modules, right? There are multiple modules, like, okay, for example, where is our random? Okay, let me simply search MNO. Okay, where is this one? So are you observing here? Are you observing this is the module, right? This is the module, right? This is the Python module. Simply we can import and we can use. Okay, let me. So are you observing there are multiple modules, right? For example, os.py, right? Okay, are you observing? Simply we are using this module. Don't worry. So for example, are you observing another module like datetime.py? Okay, yeah, another very okay. So this is our Python folder now. In this library folder, there are multiple modules are available that are created by actually Python programming language actually. So are you observing another DLLS folder? Okay, let me click here. So are you observing there are multiple modules also, but the extension is, are you observing the extension like .pyd, right? .pyd. Here, what does mean by D? Okay, actually here dim is dynamic, but leave this one. I'll take care each and everything, but here I want to show you some, I wanna share you something actually to improve the performance. Now you know your Python is powerful, but by Python is performance wise okay, not good to the market. Okay, leave this one actually. So some module are created in or defined by C programming language actually, in C programming language, and compiled into Python, right? So actually this is means this module are created by C programming language, right? Or so are you observing? Are you observing there is a math module? No, there is no math module. Okay, let me show this one also. Like, are you observing here? Python.exe. This is our actually you can consider it's a interpreter, but I'll take care. But just right now say this is our interpreter. Python.exe. This is our interpreter. So some modules are available. Some modules are directly available inside this interpreter, inside this engine, right? So you cannot see this one, right? Like your math is available. I hope guys you got this point. What is module? What is the specialty of module, what is the purpose of module we can use, and some popular module where they are available, right? And I showed you now practically like your random module, we can import this random module, datetime module. These are nothing but a Python file, and these are available whenever we are downloading our Python software, okay na, or Python machine or Python engine. Whenever we are downloading, they will come automatically. No need to define this popular module or no need to download separately this module. They will come automatically whenever we are downloading. So this module are considered as a standards, okay na, standard library module. Up to now, is there any confusion? I hope there is no confusion, but no problem. If you face any confusion, certainly you can inform me, but I'm not even explaining any single point, just I'm showing this one practically. No problem, today only I'll show you how to download Python software to our system also. Okay na sir? Okay, up to now, do you have any confusion to understand what is module, what is package, what is library, what is framework? Just for the last time, let me repeat once more time. Actually, sir, module, right? Simply a Python file, right? We can create the module, or simply we can use the predefined or inbuilt module, right? Okay. So what is package? Actually, package means collection of modules. Simply package means a folder only. So if you asked what is the difference between package and folder, no problem, don't worry, certainly I will show you each and everything practically. But simple difference now, simply package contain only extra one file. This is called init file, right? Okay, init.py file. Okay, leave this one, certainly I'll show you each and everything. And what is actually library, right? Your collection of packages is considered as a library, right? Okay, consider NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, etc. Okay, these are very popular Python library actually now. And what is the framework? Framework means what? Collection of what? Collection of libraries actually. But this is not actually true. Framework means library, or library and frameworks both are the same. This is not actually true. Framework means collection of libraries and some predefined rules and structure. Na? So in library, you are the boss. you are calling the library's code. Actually, our codes call the library. You are controlling, you are deciding each and everything, something like you are using tool from the toolbox, right? But what about framework? Actually, framework calls our code. Frame, like framework is a factory. We are providing the raw materials or raw codes to the factory or to the framework, and everything is taken care by the framework. Means framework controls our code. Framework controls how to do each and everything, right? Simply we are providing the code, simply we are writing the code, and we are providing to the framework, we are delivering to the framework, and framework takes the code and framework manage each and everything. Framework controls each and everything, right? So what does mean by frameworks in a simple line? Framework means, frameworks doesn't mean collection of libraries. Framework means collection of libraries plus rules plus structure, and you can say plus control flows, right? Okay, control flow, control flow. Okay, leave this one. I hope you got the point, but no problem. If you face any question to understand this one, no problem. You can ask your doubt in the comment box, or you can directly ask to the WhatsApp also, or you can inform your doubt to the mail also. Okay, leave this one. Okay, now I think before discussing like Python flavors or limitation of Pythons and most important things, the feature of Pythons, right? Okay, before discussing this concept, I think it will better. Let me show you how to download and set up Python to the system. Okay, I think I shouldn't make this video more lengthy, right? Otherwise, you will feel bothered and maybe you will skip. So leave this one. But I think in this video, okay, let me show how to download this Python. Okay, not Python actually, Python 3. We are not using Python. We are not using Python actually in the real time or nowadays. We are not learning Python. We are learning Python 3. Say this one now, Python 3. So now let me show you how to download this Python 3. Okay, now, but I think okay, let me discuss. But let me clean this board actually. Then it will be better for me to. Okay. So, sir, we are learning or we are using actually what we are learning or we are using actually Python 3, right? Okay, Python 3, or you can say Python 3.x actually, right? So we should download Python 3.x. So actually, you know, na, there are three major version of Python, right? Actually, what Python 1.x and what Python, okay, na Python 2.x and Python 3.x. You can ask one question here, what does mean by x? Actually here one means major version, right? One means major version. Now you tell me what does mean by x. This is actually major version, major version. So sir, here what does mean by x? This x or this x or this x? Here x means actually minor version, right? Okay, minor version. For example, like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, like 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. Okay, now this is are some minor version. So Python 3.x. So we are not learning Python, we are learning actually Python 3, and Python 3 is a completely a new programming language, and it came into the market in 2008, right? Okay, leave this one. It's a modern, it's a new programming language. Okay, so here Python 3.x. Certainly, what does mean by x? X means actually what minor version. So we are downloading, whenever we are going to download or whenever we are going to the official website to download or to install the Python, you will observe something like, for example, like Python 3 point like for example 10.12, right? So here what does mean by 3? Here 3 means what? Can you please tell me? Can you please answer me? Here 3 means actually what? Your major version, right? Okay, major version. Can you please tell me here what does mean by 10, right? This is what? This is minor version, right? Okay, here 10 means actually minor version, minor version. And can you please tell me here what does mean by 12 or any number, right? Any number. Okay, consider, suppose here what does mean by 10? 10 means actually micro version, right? Micro version. So you can download any version, no problem, like 3.9 point something, 3.10 point something, 3.12 point, 3.13 point something, no problem. You can download any version of the Python. Now it will better, let me show you to the system how to download, how to install, and how to set up to the system, right? Okay, let's go to the system. Now friends, let me show you how to download, how we can download our Python software. So simply go to the Google and type like Python download now. Okay, so you will get now www.python.org. Simply you can click here. Okay, let me click the link. Okay, so there are some section now. You can go to the download section. Okay, and are you observing? If you click download section now, you can directly download for Windows now. You can download the latest version, right? Okay, or let me show you something like Windows, or if you want, you can download the Mac operating system, right? If you are using right now Linux operating system or Linux operating system, I think already you are already the legend person, right? So no need to show you how to download or how to set up this one. Already but no problem. Even if you are using like Kali or Ubuntu, whatever, or Fedora, whatever the operating system or flavor of Python of Linux you are using, if you face any kind of question, no problem, you can ask your doubt. But I hope you are able to download this one. Okay, let me show this one. So how to download in Windows actually. So simply click here Windows, or directly you can download here. Okay, so are you observing here? It is telling for some version like consider like Python 3.13.8 now, like it is telling note that Python this version cannot be used on Windows 7 or earlier version, right? Okay, let me download a older version, no problem. For example, 3.10.8, like 3.10 okay, any version, like okay, let me download this version 3.10.10, right? Okay, why I'm downloading, okay, now this is very beautiful name, nothing more than this. Or let me download like 3.11.4. Okay, let me download the 12 version like 3.12.2. Okay, let me download this version, right? Okay, so are you observing node? Okay, so let me download this one. It is telling download Windows installer 64-bit. If your operating system is 64-bit, you can simply click here. If your operating system is 32-bit, simply you can click here, right? If you don't know, okay, your system is either 32-bit or 64-bit, simply you can click here about. Okay, go to the about section, about your PC. Simply you will find here. Okay, are you observing system type 64-bit? Okay, very easily you can understand your operating system is 64-bit or 32-bit, no problem. Now let me click here. We are going to download Python. The major version is 3, then what, micro version or minor version? Minor version is 12 and the micro version is 2, right? Simply let me click here. Okay, okay, let me wait. Okay, it is downloading, right? I hope there is no question up to now, but no problem. Still now, if you face any question directly, you can ask boss, and please, I hope no need to say you. Hopefully, you will share this video with your friends or with your colleagues also, right? Okay, you can download guys any kind of version here. Simply let me wait, just very few seconds. Okay, okay, you can download any version. You can download any version, right? Okay, just telling Python. Simply you can downloads and you can download this version also, right? Okay, meanwhile let me do one thing. Let me go to this folder. Okay, in this download folder you will observe, okay, it is downloaded. Okay, let me go to the local links, right? Meanwhile let me do one thing. Let me create a folder. Like we can create a folder like, why, let me create for example folder any name like software now, or let me simply write Python, right? Python. Okay, I'm creating a folder. Okay, already there is a folder available, right? Okay, simply let me change like F2, like any name like jacksoft, okay now, Python, or jax Python. Let me write this name. Okay, okay, you know already your Python is open source now. You can download the source code and you can customize your source code, and you can create your own flavor, right? Like C Python now, PyPy. Certainly I'll discuss maybe in the next class, but leave this one. Okay, I have created one folder called jax Python, because I install my Python in this folder. This is my reason. Okay, so now let me go to the download. Okay, so it is almost done now. Okay, just let me wait few seconds, right? Okay, so yeah, meanwhile you can think okay, let me do one thing. Okay, let me go here. For example, go to this folder, or you can open cmd, or directly you can search your Windows Explorer and you can type cmd, or you can type open cmd here. So simply you can type like Python, like hyphen version, right? So right now there is no Python in my system at this moment. There is no Python in my system, right? Or in this folder. Okay, Let me exit this one. Okay, so now let me go to the download. Okay, it is downloaded now. You can click here now. You can click, okay, now show in folder. Are you observing? Show in folder. Simply you can click here or directly go to the your downloads. Go to your downloads folder. So are you observing Python 3.12.2 now? Simply, okay, let me double click. Okay, so are you observing? You can directly install now. You can click here directly install now, or you can simply click here customize installation. Directly you can click, or let me click here customize installation, right? Okay, let me next, nothing more than this. This is not complex. Okay, now so simply download debugging symbols. You can click each and everything. Okay, now okay, let me click everything, or simply you can clear shortcut for installation. You can keep default. Okay, so let me change here, actually browse, and let me change this one. So like this PC, local disk, and like Jex Python. Now let me select this folder. Okay, just I'm selecting this folder because I'm going to install here, right? Okay, add Python in. Okay, and simply are you observing one point, add Python to environment variable or environment variables. Right now if you don't click here, no problem, later you can do this one, but as we are, as our video is going to be very lengthy, so simply I don't want to show this one. Simply click here, right? Simply click here download debugging. If you want, you can check other option also, right? If you want, install Python for all users also, right? Python. Okay, if you can select each and everything, leave this one. Okay, let me select something also, nothing more than this debugging symbol, everything, or nothing more than this. Simply right now click here install. Okay, download the develop. Okay, not, I'll leave this one. Simply right now let me click here install. You will observe one permission is asking. Simply click here yes. Maybe it is not recording. Simply click here yes. Okay, simply, I think, just wait for a few seconds. Okay, let me pause this record. Maybe it's taking time now. I selected multiple things. Okay, progress. Okay, it is telling now setup was successful, right? Okay, simply disable. Okay, simply you can close. Yeah, right. Okay, simply you can close. Okay, if you want, you can directly open CMD from here, and you can type like Python, like hyphen version, right? Okay, are you observing 3.12.2, right? Or if you want, you can type CMD. Okay, anywhere. Control plus plus. Okay, it is okay. So you can open CMD, right? Okay, like Python hyphen version, right? So already it is available now in our system, like 3.12.2, right? Okay, so simply you can type like Python to open interactive shell. Okay, now are you observing? Or simply if you type here, for example, like, are you observing, like if I type like IDLE, so are you observing one IDLE 3.12. Let me click here. Okay, what is the purpose of IDLE? No problem. Okay, but we are not using in our practical life, right? We are not using. Simply you can type, like for example, consider print, like what, like Jack's Software Academy now. So are you observing we are getting the output? Or simply let me type here, for example, print what, Jack Software Academy. You can print like this way, or if you want you can import one module like random, or like consider for example calendar now, calendar. So we are telling hey calendar, I'll discuss, don't worry. We are importing a module called calendar. Let me show this month, like month, which month? For example, right now this is 2025 now, almost 2026 and 10th. Okay, you can do one thing. Simply you can print the value, right? Okay. So are you observing, like, are you observing the output? Okay now, are you getting the point? Okay, same thing you can do the ideally now. This is okay now repol, I'll discuss ideally now interactive shell, or this is, you can consider this is your Python interpreter or interactive shell. No problem, don't worry, I will discuss. Okay, right now we can practice your code like this way now. Basic program like print now, for example, like consider x equals 10. No problem, I will show you each and everything, don't worry. X now we are getting the output. You can do the same kind of thing in your ID Elena. You can change the option, right? You can option, you can uh, increase your font size, no problem. Like for example, x equals to, okay, let me import this one also, import like calendar. So hey calendar, for example, print calendar dot month, for example 2025 now 10. Okay, we are getting the output, right? Any confusion? For example, x equals to 10, like y equals 5, for example sum equals x plus y, consider print sum. So what should be the output? 10 plus 5 equals 15 now, so we are getting the 15. So I hope leave this one. If you don't get what is everything, how we are importing, please whatever I am writing, if you don't know, don't worry, I repeat multiple time, I am repeating multiple time. So now this is our ideally or shell, leave this one. Simply, okay, how to exit? Simply you can type a command called exit. Okay, cls, simply type, for example, maybe face is not recording now. Okay, but no problem. So simply type what boss are Python now. Okay, Python, then I what iPhone version. Okay, if you got the output, then up to now it's okay, fine. In your system already Python is available, even you have downloaded Python successfully, don't worry, right? Simply, if you don't get how to download the Python, if you face any problem, then you can ask. Don't worry, don't think too much. We are writing the code on that things, don't worry, sir, I'll take care each and everything. I hope you got this point. Okay na sir, I hope you got the point. If you have any kind of question, if you don't get anything of today's lecture, please don't forget to ask your doubt. You can ask to the comment, directly you can ask to the WhatsApp also, or you can Gmail, no problem. I think I should discuss the next concept, next language fundamental concept, like limitation of Python's, flavor of Python's, like where we can use Python, and the most important things, the feature of Pythons actually. I think it will better if I discuss to the next class also, because I think I shouldn't make too much lengthy the video. Okay, so please don't miss this upcoming video. And if you have any kind of suggestion, please drop your valuable comment, right? And please don't forget to share this video with your friends, with your colleagues. Okay, see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.